guys, welcome to Photoics, and this video is going to be an unboxing. It's going to be a little bit different than my usual. This is actually a Kogan camcorder. I don't usually do reviews of camcorders and stuff like that, but when I was looking to buy this myself, there's very few videos on YouTube of this model, so I thought I might as well just do a quick video for you. Just with the unboxing, I might do a review later on as well. Okay, so it's just arrived, so let's have a look. I bought this direct from Kogan on eBay. As far as I know, you can only buy them direct from Kogan. I don't think you can buy them anywhere else. Okay, so we've got a big jiffy bag with the box inside. Get rid of that. Okay, so it's just a plain box on the outside with the Kogan stickers on. Open it up, we've got a USB cable. It's HDMI. Oh, sorry, it's an HDMI cable, not USB. It's a big HDMI to USB. Got a disc and presumably all the instructions. Instruction manual. In Japanese or Chinese and English. And then in the box we've got a Kingston 8GB SD card. That's quite good. Yeah, it's an actual Kingston card, so that's pretty good. A lot of cameras you don't ever get cards, even on DSLRs you very rarely get SD card or compact flash card with it, so to get an 8GB one, that's really good. This looks like the battery charger. That's the battery charger in there. This is a USB cable, small mini USB to a standard USB. The English plug for the battery charger, AV cable to mini USB, strap for the case, and the battery, 3.7 volt 1700 mAh, and here's a little case, quite a nice case actually, comes in. Got a belt loop and loops for the strap. Velcro closing, so it's nice and easy to close. And here is the camera. It's quite small, it's a little bit bigger than my previous camera I had, which was a Canon HF100. It's high definition Kogan 10 megapixel stills, full HD at 1920 by 1080, 120 times zoom. I'm not sure what the optical zoom is at the moment, I'll have a look at the specs in a minute. Yeah, it looks quite nice. It's got a nice hand grip. Zoom button on top, it's nice and easy to get to. The record button is right where your thumb is. There's a joystick on the back here for changing settings. A nice big screen. And some buttons on the inside. There's the power button there. Display, menu, flash. I don't know what that one is yet. It's the slot for the SD card. Got tripod socket on the bottom. 12 times optical zoom, and the lens is an f1.8, f1.85 to f3.1, focal length 6.3 to 75.6 millimeters. One thing I did wonder when I was looking at this camera, there's very few specs on the internet of it. As far as I know, it does do manual focus, but on the pictures I saw it had this kind of textured ring on the front here. I wondered if that was like a manual focus ring, but it's not, because it doesn't move. So I don't know how you manually focus. It must be using this joystick or something at the back. It does 30 frames per second, and that lens cap is going to annoy me. I can see it keeps falling off, and it's just held on to the strap lug with a bit of string. It's clipped in a bit better. Oh, I see, it's got a there's a recess for it to go in there, so it actually clips in properly. Okay, that's fair enough. What else have we got on here? Let's have a look at the battery compartment. It's got a nice button there to open it with. Let's put the battery in, see if it's charged up enough to turn the camera on. Goes that way up, by the looks of it. So to turn the camera on, you have to press this button here. And there it goes, turned on. And it's turned off again. Okay, I need to charge the battery up, so I'll do that in a minute. And under this flap here, there's a DC in, a USB and an AV out. That's all uses the mini the USB port, and there's the mini HDMI cable slot there. There's a dial on the back here, presumably for movie and stills mode, and there's a button on the top for taking photos, and a stereo microphone on the top. There's no external microphone port. There's an infrared receiver on the front, and a flash or a video light on the front there as well. Looks like there's a speaker on the front of the door, the screen, and there's a play button on the screen there as well. The screen flips all the way around. Which is good. And it's turned itself on again. It looks like it's icon based. It's actually a touch screen, which is novel. I don't know how well I'm going to get on with that. I need to look at the manual obviously to see what all these functions do. Well, yeah, it looks pretty easy to use. I mean, being a touch screen, you can just go through the menu really quickly. You can use this joystick as well. Let's put the SD card in. Where have I done with that? And we'll shoot a quick movie. Just see. Take the lens cap off would help. See what the autofocus is like. It's taking a bit of a while to autofocus. So yeah, so far so good. Also I need to learn how to use it properly and actually shoot some video with it, but it feels nice. It feels quite well built. It looks quite nice actually. It looks very smart. It certainly looks a lot more than it looks like. It costs more than it did. I mean, it was only about £120, I think. So yeah, that's really good. I'll shoot some test videos with it and see what the video quality is like, and just play around with the settings. At the moment I'm not having much joy with this autofocus. That might be something in the settings that I need to change. Just got to have a play around with it and see what's what. It's got image stabilizer. That's one pretty good feature actually on this camera, is you can actually shoot dual video, so you can shoot at 1080p full quality, but at the same time you can also record a separate video at 720p, so you've got both formats there ready to use. So if you want a high quality video to sort of play around with and edit, you can use the 1080p, but if you want to get like a sort of a sample video out really quickly onto YouTube, you can use the 720p, and it basically saves you rendering it twice in software, so that's pretty cool. I probably won't ever use it because I'll just record in 1080p the whole time, but it's a pretty good feature there to have. There's lots of options. There's 1080p at 30 frames per second, 720p at 60 frames a second, 720 at 30 frames per second, WVGA at 60 frames per second, WVGA at 30 frames per second, and WQVGA at 240 frames per second. There's plenty of settings there. That's the white balance settings. There's different picture modes. So yeah, so far so good. I just need to play around with the video and see how it goes. I think it might be quite a long minimum focus distance, because it seems to be having trouble focusing close up. I think it's got a macro mode. There's the manual focus. Pressing this joystick button seems to change the focusing. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. I'll probably do a quick video review on this once I've used it a bit more, so I learned how to use it. But so far so good. So that's the unboxing of the Kogan HD video camera. This is the HD deluxe version, available direct from Kogan on Amazon or eBay, or their website, kogan.com I think it is. Thanks very much.